People believe until they need it. In every area of life, I've seen people through the years who strongly believe in something until they really need it. And then they give up their beliefs. They begin to doubt and question and change things and mess up their life. It's like this. You believe in marriage and you're so happy and you commit your heart and you go through the ceremony, and then when things get rough, right? Like that one day where you looked at your spouse and you realized, I don't even like this person, right? Then you start to question your beliefs. Well, I don't know if we should have got married. Maybe it wasn't God's will. And those doubts rob your belief. And then, next thing you know, the marriage is going downhill. You believed in it until you really needed it. Most people believe that God heals. We see in the Bible, Jesus went about doing good, healing all who were oppressed by the enemy. And they believe in that until they hear the bad diagnosis, right? The cancer comes, the diabetes comes, the hepatitis comes, the virus comes, and then they're scared. And then they're like, why, God? Where are you, God? Why did you leave me? No, nothing's changed. Believe your beliefs. Doubt your doubts. Stay strong in what you said you believe, especially when you need it. And that's the way it is with hope. You don't need hope when everything's good.
How does hope become the result of being full of joy and peace, which comes through faith, which hopes in the promises of God? And my answer goes back to chapter 5, verse 3, where he says, we rejoice in tribulation, rejoice, joy and peace. We rejoice in tribulation, knowing that tribulation works patience, and patience works a sense of approvedness, and approvedness works hope. So your joy in tribulation was rooted first in the promises of the God of hope, so that it began in hope. But as you are proven in those experiences of life, and joy and peace rise up instead of bitterness and anger as you're tested with trials, you have more hope, according to chapter 5, verse 3 and 4. And so probably when he says, may God fill you with joy and peace in believing so that you may abound in hope, he means, I want the God of hope producing hope and faith, which yields joy and peace. I want all of that to have an overabundant effect on more and more hope. So I picture the Christian life as a kind of spiral up into ever-increasing hope, which leads to ever-increasing joy and peace, which leads to...
And this psychologist said, if you can learn helplessness, you can learn optimism and hope. And the rats have come to preach to you this morning that if you can get a little bit of hope, you can keep on swimming, you can keep on believing, you can stay in faith, but sometimes you just need a little bit of hope, because faith is the substance of things hoped for. The smallest level of faith, first blank you need to fill in, is hope. The smallest level of faith is hope. Faith is not mountain moving faith at first. It just starts with you're hoping for something. You're hoping to see your kid get off drugs. You're hoping that your marriage is going to get better. You're hoping that a door's going to open. You're hoping that you're going to meet somebody that'll love God as much as you. You're hoping that you're going to get a job in this economy. Faith in its smallest embryo stage begins with hope. You cannot lose hope. It's